Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. And if you are new here, I'm AsandaNtini and I do content on all things lifestyle, law, and everything in between. It's been a minute. How you guys doing? Happy Sunday. I just want to talk about how it's okay to pivot, it's okay to change your mind because right now, mostly after July, a lot of people have had changes in their lives, have had things mostly at the basically halfway through the year, you are likely at a point where you are like, um, what am I doing with my life? How is the next 6 months going to look? And look at where you are and be like, but I can't afford to leave this job. I can't afford to do a career twist. I'm too old to start a new course. I'm too this, too that. Here's the thing. You are allowed. You're allowed to change your mind. If you started the year in a degree that you've been wanting to do, maybe you started the year doing law, wanting to do law, wanting to do law, wanting to do philosophy, wanting to do psychology, and you feel this nudge that you don't want to be in the position where you are in the next 5 years. You see yourself and you're like, I don't see myself waking up every day and being anxious about other people's problems because that's what law is. That is what law is. You are going to wake up and feel anxious about people's problems, people's marital issues, people's employment issues, or people's business deals, how a business deal is coming into finality, all of those things. You are going to be dealing with that. And it's okay for you to say right now, halfway through your articles, I don't want this for myself. After I'm done with articles, I want to go in-house and worry about something else. I want to go in compliance and worry about something else. That is okay. Like, you should not judge yourself for wanting that. For example, after finishing my articles, it was January when I felt this nudge in December that I don't want to go back to practice for the following year. I don't want to deal with going to court. I don't want the anxieties of litigation for at least the next 2 years. I said that to myself. It was December 2022. Yes. 2021. Yeah, 2021. I was about to finish my articles and I was like, I don't want to do this. And in February and in January, not even January, December, I spoke to someone who had a business and I was like, I would like to be a legal advisor. Lucky for me, I had access to things like that, an ability to say, I can pivot and I'll still be able to live. And his offer was great and more than what I was earning in my company and what I was even offered as a retention salary because I was offered that eventually around March, but it just didn't match to what I wanted, to what I was earning at that time and what I wanted for my career. Because at that time, I just wanted a break. So the only thing that would have obviously made me go back to practice when I didn't want to be in practice would have been a change in salary, and that was not possible. Why am I speaking about this? Anyways, yeah. So I did that because I was like, I don't want to do it. And 6 months later, I was like, okay, I've been in house. It's cute. You basically run the company. I don't want to do this anymore. And I went to work in a legal insurance company for 14 months. Did that, and I was in a department that wasn't dealing with a specialized area. So we would be dealing with court processes, dealing with uh, consumer dispute, everything that you can think of came to us. So I liked that for myself. And then months later, I was like, okay, I feel the nudge to now go back to practice. And 2023 September, I resigned. Thereafter, it's very funny. I resigned. Thereafter, spoke to my former principal to say I want to come back to work because my resigning was like I'm going back to practice. I don't know how, I don't know where, but I'm going back to practice. If it means me opening my own firm, I'm doing that. It wasn't something that I planned. I just knew this is what, don't do that. Some of us are able to do certain things like that because I would say that I have responsibilities, but they're not as pressing as having a child, not as pressing as having a family that's solely dependent on me. I can be able to do things like that because I can go back home. I can go back and live with my mom. I can go back and live with my uncle because that's a luxury that I have. So when I did that, I was going to get a salary cut from the salary I was getting in-house, and I was fine with that. And I said to myself, I can earn the salary for the next 5, 6 months, and I did exactly that. 5, 6 months, took on the position, gave me back experience in litigation, loved it, and thereafter got an offer to do solely labor law, still litigation, but obviously litigation in labor law is mostly CCMA. Did that, and 10 months later, at month 3, I already knew that I don't like doing one thing and I didn't like working for the firm I was working for. That's a story for another day. But I was like, okay, but 10 months later, I left and went back into litigating for a general practice where I do everything. And when I got in there, I I actually came in with a perspective of I just want to litigate. Nothing planned, nothing that, and there's a lot of things that I've pivoted during this time. There's a lot of offers that I had to accept and before reject rather before accepting this one because lucky for me, again, these things was where at a point where I was like, I've changed my mind about wanting to do one thing. And once you do that, reason why I'm sharing all of this is that once you change your mind and have sight of what you want to do, doors open in ways that you didn't think of. It's like the whole universe conspires to take you to where you are meant to be at that time and place. Because in all of these things just fell into place. I'll go to God and say, God, this is what I want. And God is like, I believe that you are ready for this. And my table will overflow with choices of what exactly do I do. And I never regret actually taking the opportunity that I don't even regret the previous firm I was in because it gave me so much experience. It gave me so many things. So I think maybe when you are changing your mind, never come from a point of regret. Because if you come from that point, likely you're going to regret for the rest of your life every other decision you take. I don't regret anything. I don't regret leaving legal insurance to go get a pay cut back in practice. I don't regret leaving practice at that time to go and earn probably about 3 times the salary I was, not probably, earning about 3, 4 times the salary I was earning uh, from the from that place. And I was like, and then coming back to this role and saying, I'm going to leave a province that I've lived all my life to come and work in a place that I've never worked, for people and around people that I've never been, no friends that I'm going to be meeting and working with. And if ever I change my mind about this, I won't regret it as well. So, if anything, if you want to change your mind about your career choice, if you're in varsity, your career choice, if you are now working, or if you want to change your mind about relationships, I'm a master of changing my mind about relationships. And everyone always says, how does it always just work out? And I'm like, that's because I don't regret anything. And in every situation, I'm always grateful. In every situation, I just take it with the flow and it just flows. Anyways, I hope this thing is recording. I love you lots and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.